welcome. This is Erudite Gamer, and you are watching SCUM. So this is the very first time I've featured this game on the channel, but I have almost 1,300 hours in the game. The reason why I've been avoiding putting it on the channel is because I don't enjoy playing multiplayer, and single player just did not seem interesting enough to make videos about it, basically, because I really don't want to create content that nobody enjoys. So, with that out of the way, I have played a little bit of the 1.0 release, and it is finally interesting enough to feature on the channel. So why don't we get started and get to playing? So let's go over the choices. So these are my base stats. I realize that you can increase end, but it's a huge pain in the ass requiring bunkers. So I took the hit on dexterity and the hit on constitution and gave it all to intel. So for the strength tree, I have put medium on melee weapons and archery. I put medium endurance and basic running for constitution. Basic lockpicking, thievery, medium stealth. The reason why is because stealth is such a pain in the ass to level that it's just not worth it. So get that as high as possible. Here's where things get interesting. So before 1.0, I don't know if it's still the case, but before 1.0, you had to have at least medium engineering in order to modify vehicles so that you can make them drivable. So if a vehicle is missing a battery or an alternator, you would have the knowledge to be able to put the battery or alternator into the vehicle and make it run. Medium survival, that gives me a better compass. Basic cooking, because, well, I don't want to burn everything. And medium medical, because medical is like stealth. It's a pain in the ass uh, to level, and I want to get as much of that out of the way as possible. So, those are the reasons behind it. Let's start with the very beginning. So the first things we're going to need is we're going to need to make a stone knife, and I would like to make a stone axe and get rid of the stone knife as soon as possible. Is there another? There we go, another rock. So, it's a small stone axe head. I don't want a big stone axe head because it's a pain in the ass to wield. Alright, so bushes. Where the hell am I at anyway? Jesus, all the way down in alpha. I'm trying to remember if there's a water source near there. Clean water source. Obviously you have salt water, but let's go this way. So our first objective is to complain, because that was crap. Alright, so our first objective is to gather a bunch of sticks and make rope, because we're going to need sticks and rope in order to make the axe. So rope is down here. Alright. So we got a rope. Can we make the axe yet? I don't remember. Yes, we can. Alright. So we're going to make an axe. We need to cut down something else in order to... Damn it. We need to cut down something else in order to make the bow. I want the 35 pounder because it does more damage. Which means I'll need to make quite a bit more rope. I need a long stick. Okay. So that's good. Now I need rope. Okay. Taking hands. Now carve me some arrows. If I remember right, the courier's backpack needs... Oh. So all I need to do is cut up my clothes. Okay. Now with the courier's backpack, once I get it equipped, I'll be able to carry arrows. Just need to make a few more arrows and then I can start working towards finding a good location for a base. I can go to my normal location. I know exactly where that's at. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to... If I want to go to my normal location, or if I want to try something new. The problem is that my normal location is centrally located around a bunch of stuff. I've got a lake that's pretty close by. I've got a police station that's close by, like really close by. I've got fresh water close by, 2 sources that are close by. I've got a bunker that's semi-close by, a military camp that's semi-close by. All within like 10 minutes of walking distance. Or jogging distance. So it's a really, really good place. Oh, and it's near like 3 vehicle spawn points or 2 vehicle spawn points. Something along those lines. So it's super helpful. Plus, where I like to build has a gas station that is within 10-15 minutes of jogging. So even if I don't have a vehicle, I can get fuel for a chainsaw or propane for stove or whatever. This junction. Yeah, this is the location. Not that. I visit that town occasionally when I'm looking for eggs or extra scrap metal. So I just find the location to be pretty centrally located to a lot of things. The drawback is it takes a while to get to a trader even with a vehicle. So That's a drawback that can't be understated. And it looks like there's something new near that town. Up here? I don't know what that symbol is or what that is, but I'm interested in exploring once I got something more than a stick bow and a stone axe. I knew that 1.0 was coming up, so I really didn't play much the last, I want to say, three major patches, two major patches. When they did the last two partial wipes, I was not playing at that time because starting over sucks, and I knew 1.0 would be coming out, and I'd be starting over anyway. Well, that gave me time to get distracted by other games. So, okay, so donkeys are great because they're a lean meat. I try to avoid hunting pigs as much as possible. The way I play, I tend to balance my I tend to focus on balancing my proteins and my carbs and reducing my fats as much as possible so that I don't have to starve myself in order to get through basically to reset the energy levels, because at some point you're gonna, if you don't pay any attention to it whatsoever, you're going to have excessive amounts of fat. Yes, please. Open inventory. But basically, the game pays attention to how many calories you've got flowing through your system, how many you've got stored up in fats, and so on and so forth. So if your energy gets above like 96% or 92% or something along those lines, your dexterity will start getting worse and worse. To combat that, you need to basically starve yourself a little bit and get your energy stores down. Well, that's all well and good unless you're running out of protein. Ooh. I wonder if that... Well, I don't have a jack, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so... Oh, so if you don't have protein in your system, if you're not paying attention to how much protein you got, and you're full of fats or carbs, carbs is what protects your protein, because that carbs and sugars gets burned up first. Then your body will use protein as needed to build muscle, which will allow your strength to grow. Fantastic. So if you don't have protein in your system and it's all being ate up by fats, you're damaging your strength, you're damaging your dex, or you're basically sacrificing one for the other. If you eat more to get the protein that you need to build muscle, then your dex is going to go down if you've got too much fats in your system. So there's a little bit of a balancing act that you got to do in order to be successful and really not have to worry about it. So there's a few foods that I eat regularly. Uh, One, fried rice. Fried rice has a decent amount of protein, hardly as long as decent amount of protein, hardly any fats, with an asterisk. As long as you don't use the cooking oil to in the recipe to fry the rice, because you've got primary ingredients and you've got secondary ingredients, and if I remember right, one of the secondary ingredients is cooking oil. You don't want to put cooking oil in any of your dishes because it's going to raise your fats. Now the asterisk behind that is if you're going down into a bunker and you plan on being down there for a while, looting the hell out of it, you just need as much energy as possible. Because I started starving to death during a bunker raid because uh, I didn't calorie pump beforehand. So this was ages and ages ago. I don't know if they tweaked the rates or anything since that happened. I just try to safeguard against it. Okay, so I just turned on auto run. In order to turn on auto run, it's Shift and W at the same time. Or you can hold Shift and then press W. But you need that combination in order to auto run. I don't remember that ever happening. Oh yeah, mushrooms. If you eat too many mushrooms all at once, it'll make you sick. It's food repulsion. And I don't want to collect mushrooms for mixed skewers just yet. Because I've got a long way to go. Just to get to where I'm at a stable location. One of the things that really impressed the hell out of me for 1.0 is the way everything looks now. Everything looks so much prettier. They definitely worked hard on making this look good. Now here's a trick that you might not know. If you eat a mushroom, it has a lot of water content in it. So, for its size, it'll actually raise your water a little bit. So if you don't have aloe or prickly pear nearby, actually, all vegetables seems to load you up on water. Now that I think about it. So you can either eat vegetables or you can eat mushrooms. And you'll replenish your water. Okay, my food repulsion's gone. My water is not going up very fast. So I'm going to pick up another mushroom and eat it. A 100 milliliters. That should last me for a while. And I ate enough for 22 calories. So that's cool. I do need to see, why is it the hay bales never give any feathers anymore? Do burbs not make nests in hay bales anymore? Is that what's going on? A lighter definitely will come in handy. I'm just south of where I want to build. I can follow this road the rest of the way. That right there is the town that I'm aiming for. So I normally build my house right around in this area. With the increased amount of bushes, I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Because some of these you can't cut down. So I'm thinking, why am I not? He caught me once. Holy crap, he has a carbon arrow? It's only a C1, so... Oh, that's right. The skin takes like 4 slots. Well, what I normally did was I'd have my house about in this area right here. And then I would put my garden down in... Yeah, I was about in this area right here. And then I put my garden down here near the water so that it'd be easier to water my garden. But it looks to me like my normal layout is not going to work. Because I'm going to have bushes trying to grow through my... I'm going to have bushes trying to grow through my floorboards. So, yeah. That used to give me a steady supply of fertilizer. Yes, please. There we go. This used to be a workshop that would also provide fertilizer every once in a while. This downstairs area, this used to be a kitchen. And it had a working fridge and a working stove. As long as you provided power and... As long as you provided power and propane. But looks like they changed that. So... I do see a steady stream of scrap metal over here, so that's good. Maybe now I build over here? Question mark? No. This doesn't seem very clear. I wonder if base building over these bushes is going to be viable. Or if I'm going to see bushes trying to grow through my floorboards or not. I mean, I could build on top of the road, but I really, really don't want to. So yeah, I've got to give this some thought. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay curious, and I will talk to you all later.